Hello guys, once again it's Matt, and today we have another video. Thank you all the members, all the patrons. Make sure to subscribe and let's get into it. So I wanted to actually test it out. The PHEONIX missile, if you don't know, it was actually buffed during this last week, right? And I wanted to actually shoot a little bit of the missile to see if we can actually feel if it's actually different or not, like properly tested, right? So, we are here in a custom battle with a friend, and we are flying out against a Yak-141, if I'm not mistaken, or a MiG-29. I think it's a MiG-29. I cannot remember what my friend got, but still, we had some particular engagements that we are going to try to do. For example, this first one, we are only flying straight to each other, not trying to avoid or anything like that. So that was the objective, right? So we weren't like trying to evade the missile at all, just to see what missile would get first to each other, basically, right? So yeah, I already fired the PHEONIX. You can see it climbing, so you can already notice that the loft is a lot more aggressive than it was before. And yeah, you will see that. I don't know, guys. The PHEONIX is an okay missile for long ranges, but it's not meant to be fighting fighters. I mean, we are flying with one of the earlier models of the PHEONIX, right, against the mid-80s, basically, ER version, right, of the R-27. So it's difficult to say that he actually is better because it is an older aircraft. As you saw there, I actually hit the guy, but nothing happened to the MiG-29. So I had no idea what was that. So once I noticed that, I even tried to turn a little bit, but then the missile was already in my face, right? So that was really weird that the MiG-29 just took a PHEONIX to the face and nothing happened. So I don't know. That was really weird. But as you see there in the last engagement, the PHEONIX actually got first to the MiG-29 than the ER got to me. And it was more due to the fact that he actually waited too much to actually fire the missile. If he shot the missile a little bit earlier than me, or at the same time, my missile would have got him first. His missile, would have got just me first, but it doesn't matter too much. Here is another example. We were not trying to climb too much, just take off and go straight to the target, and not trying to do like much of defensive flying again. It's just going straight to the target. And as you see, loft again, pretty good loft, as you see. So as you at least that we can see that it's actually working better now, you know. Fire the second one. So here was instead of side climbing and trying to be as, you know, the best as possible for the missile, the best performance of the aircraft as possible, we were actually just took off and flying straight to the enemy, straight to each other, just like in a normal battle would be like, but without trying to do anything defensive, right? So yeah, I forgot to change for the auto wing there. As you see, my missiles are tracking pretty well over here. He's firing his missiles as well. And we're just waiting for the missile to hit. And I actually hit him. So as you see, just flying towards the enemy and shooting the missile as fast as possible from a takeoff, the PHEONIX feels better. You know, it feels that it has more energy. I don't know if it's the loft itself or the lack of drag. You know, they decreased the drag. They increased the weight as well, but there's many things. Here, the objective was to fire the missile and just crank. Normal crank, you know, just without any type of idea and without notching and stuff, and actually in a lower distance. So it was like from 40 to 50 kilometers. So we fired from a lower distance the PHEONIX as well to see if it actually would get to the target before me, while we both did cranks. And he actually did. So I don't know if it's the actual, you know, like if it's the radar that it's making me do it is because if you remember the MiG-29, it has a very like limited radar in the range compared to something like an F-14, right? To be honest, the F-14, it is an aircraft that has one of the like longest ranges in the whole game, right? So it's difficult to actually know if that's the case. Here it's the best possible scenario that you can see. I just fired, I was flying high, you know, 10 kilometers plus, really fast, and it was just taking off. So the best possible option that you could see, and everything was allowed here. So notching, cranking heavily, everything was basically everything beyond like going cold. Basically the idea was to see if the missiles would just, you know, work without going cold, trying to keep a hot nose to the target, right? So we're just cranking over here, already fired the missiles to see if it actually is tracking properly. I fired these 2-second ones because I got reloaded, so yeah. Of course, in a real match, I would need to just use 4 missiles, but I wouldn't fire these many missiles on one single target anyway. As you saw, the R-27 almost got me. The PHEONIX appeared for him, but it wasn't like a close shot. And as you see right here, there, I mean, it's not the greatest maneuvering missile ever. You can feel that it feels better than it was maneuvering, but it's nothing crazy. You know, it's not like an R-27 at all. I managed to avoid that missile over there. And then we kind of went for a dogfight. That kind of doesn't matter too much, right? And then at the end, I mean, I lost that dogfight, just for you to know, but doesn't matter too much. And here another example of just trying to take off and, you know, just go straight to each other like it would be in a real match. Again, just testing it out, see how it is performing in the longer range environments. And I don't know, man. The conclusion that I came is that the F-14 kind of relies a lot on its radar. And I think right now it's okay. You know, the PHEONIX is a very good missile for longer range environments. For long ranges than the MiG-29. I mean, it's just better, you know, above 60 kilometers, etc. Right? It is pretty good, and you will see why. The radar already detected the target, and I managed to already fire the missile, and he wasn't even finding me. So that's the most important thing, the most important weapon that the F-14 has. It's not even the F-14. It's actually the AUG-9, which is, in these cases, the best radar in the game, right? So that's the main problem that you will face in something like a MiG-29, you know? So I was just cranking and just doing stuff. And he wasn't even, like, sure where I was. As you saw, he just got a lock on me. And the missiles were just going to him. Of course, he kind of noticed that my missiles were going to him. So he decided to go defensive. And you will see what happens. The ER is a very fast missile. So even with the superior range in the radar and better weaponry for extremely long range engagements, at the end of the day, the ER is better in an overall sense. Okay? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.